Chosen one. While you're out here living your best life, completely unbothered and thriving, they're sitting in the wreckage of their toxic relationship, watching everything fall apart around them. Now they're stuck watching you flourish while their world crumbles, realizing they traded everything that could have been theirs for cheap thrills and instant gratification. The devastating truth hits them like a freight train. They chose shortcuts over substance, convenience over growth, and now they're paying the price while you're living proof of what happens when you choose yourself first. Something shifted in the cosmic order the moment you stopped caring about their opinion. Not the fake kind of not caring that people perform on social media, but the deep, cellular level indifference that comes from finally understanding your worth. Right now, as you exist in this newfound state of peace, there are 3 revelations unfolding around you, each one a thread that's about to reveal a pattern so perfect it will take your breath away. The first one is the secret admirer who's been watching your transformation from the shadows. They see how you glide through chaos that would normally send others into a tailspin, how you maintain your standards while others compromise theirs for temporary comfort, how you've learned to be unbothered by drama that used to consume your entire being. What they don't know yet, what you don't know yet, is that their obsession with your peace isn't just admiration, it's recognition. They're seeing in you what they've been searching for their entire life, and they're about to make a move that will change everything. The second revelation is the person trapped in their own hell, the one whose fake relationship is crumbling faster than a house of cards in a windstorm. They got into this mess trying to make you jealous, trying to prove they could move on, trying to demonstrate their supposed desirability. Their desperation to compete with you has created a prison so toxic that it's literally destroying their life. Every morning they wake up to problems that multiply like cancer cells, and every night they go to bed knowing they made the wrong choice. But the real revelation is coming. They're about to discover that their hell was never about you at all. It was about them refusing to do the work you've been doing all along. The third unfolding is you, chosen one, floating above it all with the grace of someone who finally understands the game. You've learned to trust your intuition so completely that red flags now appear in technicolor. You've developed boundaries so strong that energy vampires bounce off them like rubber balls hitting concrete. You've cultivated self-respect so deep that settling for less has become literally impossible. Your journey toward peace wasn't just about healing from the past. It was about preparing for what's coming next. Your discipline has been legendary. While others have been sleeping around, getting caught up in meaningless connections, losing themselves in relationships that drain their energy, you've been celibate by choice. You've been building your empire in silence, focusing on your goals, sticking to your routine with the dedication of someone who understands that success requires sacrifice. You've been keeping your word to yourself, honoring your commitments, staying true to your values even when it would have been easier to compromise. The secret admirer has watched you maintain this discipline through seasons when others would have cracked. They've seen you turn down opportunities that would have compromised your standards. They've witnessed you walk away from situations that promised immediate gratification but long-term regret. They've observed you choose your own company over the wrong company, again and again building a fortress of self-respect that's become magnetic to the right kind of person. But what they find most attractive isn't your unavailability, it's your selectivity. You're not single because you can't find anyone. You're single because you refuse to settle for just anyone. You're not celibate because you're afraid of intimacy. You're celibate because you understand that your energy is sacred and deserves to be shared with someone who honors it. You're not unbothered because you don't care. You're unbothered because you care so much about yourself that other people's chaos can't penetrate your peace. This distinction has been driving the secret admirer wild with desire. They've been watching you demonstrate day after day what it looks like to love yourself so completely that you can only accept love that matches that frequency. They've been studying your example, learning what it means to be whole on your own, understanding that the best relationships are formed between two people who don't need each other but choose each other anyway. This level of self-respect, this unwavering commitment to your own growth, this refusal to settle for less than you deserve, it's been noticed, not just by the secret admirer, but by the universe itself. You've been passing tests that others fail daily. You've been proving that you can handle more by demonstrating that you won't tolerate less. You've been showing that you're ready for the next level by refusing to stay on the lower one. The person trapped in their toxic relationship, meanwhile, is discovering what happens when you choose based on ego rather than intuition. They got into this mess because they wanted to prove something to you, to show you that they could move on, to demonstrate that they weren't affected by your choice to walk away. But their pride has become their prison. The relationship they entered to make you jealous has become a source of constant stress, financial strain, and emotional exhaustion. Their partner is ungrateful, always complaining about not getting enough money, always having an attitude about the support they're receiving. They pretend to be satisfied in public, but behind closed doors, they're bitter and resentful. They feel entitled to more than they're getting, and they make sure their dissatisfaction is felt even when they don't voice it directly. This person has become everything the trapped individual once criticized about needy partners, but now they're stuck with the consequences of their choice. The trapped person finds themselves in a nightmare scenario where every financial decision becomes a source of conflict. Their partner acts grateful when receiving money, but the mask slips when they think no one is watching. They'll count the bills with a disappointed expression, make passive-aggressive comments about how this doesn't go far, or create elaborate sob stories about all the things they still can't afford. It's never enough, and it's never appreciated in a way that makes the sacrifice feel worthwhile. The trapped person can see you living your life with complete financial freedom because you don't have anyone draining your resources. You can make decisions based on your own goals, your own dreams, your own timeline. You don't have to check with anyone before making a purchase, don't have to justify your spending to someone who contributes nothing, don't have to deal with the emotional manipulation that comes with financially supporting an ungrateful partner. The contrast is eating them alive. Every time they hand over money they can't afford to give, every time they sacrifice their own needs to meet their partner's demands, every time they bite their tongue when they want to say get a job or be grateful for what you have, they're reminded of the peace you've maintained by refusing to enter these kinds of toxic dynamics. They're learning the hard way that your standards weren't unreasonable, they were necessary. The revelation that's about to rock your world is this: your journey toward peace hasn't just been about you, it's been about becoming the kind of person who can handle what's coming next. The universe has been preparing you for something bigger, something that requires every ounce of the strength you've built, every boundary you've established, every lesson you've learned about your own worth. Your season of being unbothered by other people's chaos wasn't just about healing from the past, it was about positioning yourself for a future that's about to unfold in ways you never imagined. The secret admirer has been watching you demonstrate what real strength looks like. They've seen you walk away from situations that would have previously kept you trapped. They've witnessed you maintain your standards when others would have compromised. They've observed you handle rejection, disappointment, and loneliness with grace, never settling for less than you deserve just to avoid being alone. This has been the most attractive thing about you, not your availability, but your selectivity. What captivates them most is watching you navigate life with such clarity about your own worth. They've seen you turn down invitations that don't align with your values, decline opportunities that would compromise your peace, and refuse to participate in conversations that drain your energy. You've developed such strong discernment that you can spot red flags from miles away, such clear boundaries that people know where they stand with you immediately. The secret admirer has been taking notes on your approach to conflict resolution. Instead of getting pulled into arguments, you state your position once and then disengage. Instead of trying to convince people to respect your boundaries, you simply enforce them. Instead of explaining yourself to death, you let your actions speak for themselves. This level of emotional maturity has been like watching a masterclass in self-respect. They've watched you build a life so fulfilling that adding someone to it would have to enhance rather than complicate it. Your friendships are genuine, your work is meaningful, your hobbies bring you joy, your goals are clear. You've created such a solid foundation that anyone wanting to join your life would have to bring something valuable to the table rather than just showing up with problems that need solving. The Obsidian Inner Order is where you can connect with others who value truth over performance. We understand the exhaustion of constant social translation, the loneliness of seeing what others refuse to acknowledge, and the relief of finally being seen for who you really are. We're never gonna give you up, never gonna let you walk through this realization alone, never gonna scroll past your need for authentic connection like it's just content. In the Obsidian Inner Order, we show up without masks, speak without scripts, and connect from places of genuine truth. You don't have to pretend anymore, you don't have to perform, you can finally just be. Join the Obsidian Inner Order, link in the description, with Stoffer, what if you gaim body uapikodi, 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 what if you... The secret admirer understands that this is what real love requires, not two broken people trying to fix each other, but two whole people choosing to build something extraordinary together. They've been preparing themselves to be worthy of what you've built, working on their own foundation so they can meet you as an equal rather than a project. You've been operating from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. While others have been desperate to be in any relationship, you've been selective about who gets access to your energy. While others have been willing to accept crumbs, you've been holding out for the whole meal. While others have been afraid of being alone, you've been comfortable in your own company, building a life so fulfilling that anyone wanting to join it would have to add value rather than create problems. This is why your period of being unbothered was so crucial. It wasn't just about healing, it was about calibrating. It wasn't just about recovery, it was about preparation. Every person who tried to pull you back into drama and failed was teaching you something about your own power. Every situation that would have previously triggered you but no longer could was proof of your growth. Every day you chose peace over chaos was a day you were becoming more magnetic to the kind of love that would enhance your life rather than complicate it. The financial collapse is coming fast. The unexpected bills are piling up faster than they can manage. Car repairs they can't afford, medical expenses they didn't anticipate, rent increases that stretch their budget beyond breaking point. Their partner's demands for money are increasing just as their ability to provide it is decreasing. The stress is creating a perfect storm of problems that multiply with each passing day, but the financial problems are just the beginning. The emotional toll of living with someone who doesn't appreciate their sacrifices is destroying their mental health. They're experiencing anxiety, depression, and a constant state of exhaustion that comes from trying to please someone who can't be pleased. Their partner's ingratitude isn't just disappointing, it's soul-crushing. Every gesture of love is met with indifference, every sacrifice is taken for granted, every effort to improve the relationship is ignored or criticized. The social isolation is perhaps the most devastating part. Their friends and family members have tried to warn them about their partner's true nature, but they've chosen to defend the relationship instead of examining it critically. Now they're too embarrassed to admit they were wrong, too proud to ask for help, too invested in the lie to face the truth. They're trapped not just by their partner's manipulation, but by their own ego's refusal to admit they made a mistake. The secret admirer is watching this implosion with a mixture of sadness and anticipation. They're sad to see someone destroy their life over pride, but they're anticipating the moment when they'll be free to pursue what they really want. They've been waiting for the perfect time to make their move, and that time is approaching faster than anyone realizes. But their downfall isn't going to affect you at all. You're not going to feel vindicated or satisfied or even particularly interested in their destruction. You've transcended the need for external validation because you've discovered something far more powerful, the unshakable foundation of your own self-worth. Their drama is no longer your entertainment, their problems are no longer your concern, and their opinions about your life are no longer your business. The secret admirer is watching this unfold with a mixture of fascination and determination. They're seeing what happens when someone chooses based on ego versus someone who chooses based on wisdom. They're witnessing the natural consequences of authentic living versus the artificial consequences of performative living. They're learning from your example what it means to be truly unbothered, not as a defense mechanism but as a state of being that comes from genuine self-love and unshakable boundaries. They've been practicing saying no to opportunities that don't align with their values, just like you do. They've been setting boundaries with people who drain their energy, just like you do. They've been choosing quality over quantity in their relationships, just like you do. They understand that becoming worthy of your love means becoming the kind of person who operates at your frequency. The secret admirer has been studying not just what you do, but why you do it. They understand that your discipline isn't about restriction, it's about freedom. Your boundaries aren't about keeping people out, they're about protecting your peace. Your standards aren't about being difficult, they're about knowing your worth. They've learned that true love isn't about finding someone who needs you, but someone who chooses you because you enhance their already fulfilling life. The climax is building as three revelations begin to converge. The person trapped in their toxic relationship is about to lose everything they thought they wanted. Their partner is about to reveal their true nature in ways that will leave no doubt about their intentions. The financial strain is about to become unbearable. The family drama is about to explode into the open. The lies are about to be exposed. The consequences are about to become undeniable. Their destruction is creating the opportunity for your elevation. The secret admirer is about to be freed from whatever connection they had to the chaos. The person who's been watching you with such intensity is about to step fully into the light, no longer bound by loyalty to someone who never deserved it, no longer obligated to support someone who never appreciated it. The secret admirer, meanwhile, is about to make their move. Not with the desperate energy of someone trying to escape their problems, but with the confident energy of someone who's done their own work. They've been watching you demonstrate what it looks like to choose yourself, to maintain your standards, to refuse to settle for less than you deserve. They've learned from your example that real love isn't about filling a void or completing someone else. It's about two complete people choosing to enhance each other's already fulfilling lives. The person who's been trapped in chaos is about to lose everything, including the secret admirer who's been preparing themselves for you. The boundaries you've built, the standards you've maintained, the peace you've cultivated, it's all been preparing you for this moment when real love presents itself not as a rescue mission, but as a celebration of the work you've already done. The person trapped in their toxic relationship will watch this unfold with the devastating realization that they had everything they needed to make the right choice, but they let their ego override their wisdom. They'll see what they could have had if they'd been willing to do the work, if they'd been willing to grow, if they'd been willing to choose authentically instead of performatively. But it will be too late, not because of timing, but because of character. The climax arrives not with drama or conflict, but with recognition. The secret admirer steps forward, not to save you from loneliness, but to join you in wholeness. They don't need you to complete them because they've learned from your example how to complete themselves. They don't want to fix you because they can see you're not broken. They don't want to change you because they've fallen in love with exactly who you are, someone who chose peace over chaos, authenticity over appearances, self-respect over settling. This recognition is mutual and immediate. This is what real love feels like, not desperate or needy or complicated, but peaceful and certain and right. The connection doesn't create drama, it creates harmony. It doesn't generate problems, it solves them. It doesn't drain energy, it multiplies it. This is the reward for all the discipline, all the boundaries, all the times you chose yourself when it would have been easier to compromise. The moment of recognition feels like coming home to yourself in another person. There's no anxiety about whether you're good enough, no worry about whether you're doing too much or too little, no second-guessing your instincts or compromising your values. You look at this person and see someone who has done the same work you've done, someone who has learned the same lessons you've learned, someone who can appreciate what you've built because they've built something similar themselves. The conversation flows effortlessly because you're speaking the same language, the language of self-respect, mutual appreciation, and genuine admiration. They don't try to fix you because they can see you're not broken. They don't try to change you because they fell in love with exactly who you are. They don't try to complete you because they recognize that you're already whole. This is the love that was worth waiting for, worth maintaining your standards for, worth refusing to settle for anything less than. It doesn't feel like work because it's built on a foundation of two people who have already done the work on themselves. It doesn't feel complicated because it's based on honesty, respect, and genuine compatibility rather than convenience, loneliness, or the need to prove something to someone else. The person who's been trapped in their toxic relationship watches this unfold with a mixture of devastation and revelation. They finally understand what they lost when they chose the easy path, the path of least resistance, the option that promised immediate gratification without considering the long-term consequences. They see what could have been theirs if they'd had the courage to do the work you've been doing all along. Their realization comes too late, not because of timing but because of character. They had the same opportunities you had to choose growth over comfort, truth over deception, authenticity over appearances. They had the same chance to develop the discipline, the boundaries, the self-respect that makes you irresistible to the right person and completely unavailable to the wrong ones. The difference was never in the circumstances, it was in the choices. The secret admirer understands this because they've been making the same choices you have, just in their own context. They've been building their own peace, developing their own standards, learning their own lessons about worth and authenticity, and the difference between love and neediness. When they approach you, it's not as someone who needs rescuing or someone offering to rescue you. It's as someone who recognizes their equal, their match, their partner in building something extraordinary. The circular structure completes itself as the morning light that now hits your face carries the same quality it had when this story began, but transformed. It's still the light of someone who has learned to love themselves completely, but now it's also the light of someone who has learned what it means to be truly seen and appreciated for exactly who they are. The unbothered energy that protected you during your season of growth has evolved into the confident energy of someone who knows their worth and has found someone who celebrates it. As the threads of your story weave together into their final pattern, you realize that everything that happened had to happen exactly as it did. The toxic relationships that taught you what you wouldn't tolerate. The period of solitude that taught you how to be whole on your own. The secret admirer who learned from your example how to prepare themselves for real love. The person who chose chaos over growth and is now living with the consequences. Every thread was necessary, every pattern was perfect, every moment was preparing you for this recognition of your own worth and the love that celebrates it. The transformation is complete, but it's not an ending, it's a beginning. The unbothered energy that carried you through your season of growth has become the foundation for your season of love. The peace you cultivated during your time alone has become the bedrock for your time together. The standards you maintained when it would have been easier to compromise have become the reason you attracted someone who meets them effortlessly. This is your story, chosen one. This is your victory. This is your proof that sometimes the best thing that can happen to us is losing what we thought we wanted so we can discover what we actually deserve. The chaos was never your destination, it was your detour. The drama was never your home, it was your school. The pain was never your punishment, it was your preparation. And now, as you stand in the fullness of your transformation, as you embody the peace that others can only dream of, as you live the authenticity that others can only pretend to have, you understand the profound truth that has been building throughout this entire journey. You were never meant to be unbothered by their chaos. You were meant to be so anchored in your own peace that their chaos becomes irrelevant. You were never meant to rise above their drama. You were meant to become so aligned with your own truth that their drama can't reach you. The circle is complete. The transformation is finished. The chosen one has chosen themselves, and in doing so has chosen a future that reflects the love, respect, and appreciation they've learned to give themselves. Welcome to your new beginning.